So Elon Musk has been saying, if y'all ain't been seeing, I've been covering it a bit. He's going at it with the media. He's saying he's taking on the world, right? That there's an agenda going on and all that. And he's fighting back against Netflix. He's embroiled in a beef against his own kid, as his kid is TRANS. We have to be very careful how we approach this delicate manner, if you will, right? But he was against it. And he says freedom of speech, he should be able to speak out that he didn't want his child to do that. And he shouldn't be villainized and looked at as a piece of shit, more or less, right? And he's been going at it every day on Twitter. He's saying when he bought Twitter, he changed the game to try to make people to be able to speak out against the status quo, what the narrative is put out there that it should be, that people are allowed to have a difference of opinion, you know what I mean? But his kid's been going at it with them in the news. It's wild. And I seen this guy here, Don Lucre. I think it's Breaker of Truth, or I'm not quite sure. He's in, and again, we're just talking about this. Everyone, let me know how you feel. Anyone who rocks with this channel, I'm not on no hateful ish or anything like that. This is just something I'm seeing a lot of people speaking about right now in the Twitter sphere, because of this Netflix show that they're saying is trying to encourage the youth to do things of this nature, to become something else that they wouldn't be if they weren't heavily influenced, that it's all over the place in pop culture and TV and all that. And you see this video here. Now, I checked not all of what these, like you see Magic and his kid, Jamie Lee Curtis. I know De Niro's on here, Ben Affleck, that's his kid with Jennifer Garner. The other kid on the right is the one with J-Lo, who you see pictured here, who I think what that kid isn't actually considered TRANS. It's like some binary. I don't know all this ish or whatever. And again, I intend no disrespect to anyone out there, but this is just a big talk going on. We see Marlon Wayans here at the tail end of this video. And I fact checked this, you know what I'm saying? And for the most part, it's accurate. Just Jamie Lee Curtis kid is considered something else, right? And then it says Americans are starting to question why so many prominent celebrities have TRANS kids. What is interesting to me is that many of the biggest stars in Hollywood were adopting kids from different countries during the early 2000s, and many have kids they adopted have transitioned. So what do y'all think about that? Do you find that to be, and again, we're just talking, you know what I mean? Don't come out you could come on here and say whatever you want, but the point that I make is when I put these videos out, I open the comment section up to debate. And, like every now and then people will trip and flip like, yo, my comment disappeared. You deleted my comment. I never do that. There's a thing on here sometimes where comments go into a section that you have to approve. I'll go in there unless someone is using like real vulgar, just over the top, offensive, nasty language. I'll approve the comments. You know what I'm saying? But every now and then there's comments that just disappear off into the abyss. It's pretty wild, man. This guy says, my friend Constantino is almost at 60K followers. Okay, he's talking about followers. They treat them like a new trendy handbag. And again, man, if you disagree with this, or this is just something, it's being talked about in the news, man. It's heavily, De Niro was just going through this as well, but I think the kid was mad at him too. Don't tell me how I have to accept you for who you are when you couldn't accept for yourself for who you were, with the Lisa Simpson meme there. Was this one friendly reminder? No kid believes they were born in the wrong, BODY, until a creepy adult deliberately puts that idea in their head. Again, you disagree, jump in. We'll debate about this. We'll talk about this. This was the thing some years back with Dwayne Wade. His kid was what I'm saying is, why can't a parent say, yo, you can make that decision when you're 18? Why did they create this type of environment where kids can run off to sanctuary cities and without the approval of their parents do things like this. You know what I mean? Like, but not just this, those sanctuary cities are being used in other ways where kids are just running off and doing whatever the fuck they want, like plain and simple. And there is like an ongoing agenda that I keep speaking of for the youth to not obey their parents, right? Unless parents are on some sick, twisted, fucked up, criminal, weirdo shit, they're there to raise their kids. But it's like that is being taken away from the parents these days. I'm telling you, when it comes to a lot of schools and different things like that, counselors that are employed, that are put in there in a position of authority, there's this whole new thing put in place over the last, I'd say 5 to 10, but really strongly over the past 5 years. Like, yo, do what your kid wants. You know what I'm saying? Let your kid run the show. And it's like parenting is being taken away from the parents. And I'm not specifically speaking to what we're talking about here with this TRANS debate. You know what I mean? I don't really delve into that much. I just see that this is something being spoken of heavily. Like Elon Musk every day is in the Twitter sphere going off about this. What's this Charlie Kirk tweet? If you're 18 and think you're the opposite X, you have a MENTAL illness. If you're 8 and think you're the opposite, your mother has a mental illness. What do we got here? The same script, the same cities, the same kids, and nobody is allowed to ask why. First they said love is love, then they said GENDER is a costume. Now they say, if you notice the pattern, you're the problem. These aren't isolated stories. They're blueprint loops. The same faces, the same timelines, adoption, transition, media parade, repeat. You think it's just happening. You think every rich couple just happened to raise non-BINARY teen like it's a rescue mission? This isn't activism, it's ritual signaling, and the kids are the currency. Now, we stop there before we carry on. Again, we're just talking about this. This is open for debate. You know what I mean? We have to be careful with the YT system and all that. But what is up with that? Aside from the whole transitioning debate, what do you think about that? About rich celebs adopting, like not even speaking to this, just them adopting kids from other countries and stuff, like it's some trendy thing, like, oh, I got a kid from this third world country, oh, I got one from this third world country, and then parading the child all throughout the media, like, look what I did. You know what I mean? I want all these props. Look at me, recognize me. Like, there's some very weird stuff that goes on, and I'll leave it like that. You know what I mean? But again, I'm opening up that comment section for y'all. Why do the transitions cluster in elite homes? Why are the same networks applauding every single one? Why does resistance feel like blasphemy? Because this isn't a conversation, it's a spell. So again, this is just what someone's saying. I ain't saying this, but I want to know if you feel like this. They're speaking of some kind of evil, like spooky-ish going on, for a lack of a better terminology. They sell the next phase to melt the next mind, to confuse the next gen, until compliance looks like compassion. If you can't ask why, you're already in the ritual. So they're saying there's a spooky ritual going on. Ben Carson, I keep seeing this meme everywhere. They're saying for his political gain, he is adopted pushing these kinds of policies that are pro this kind of stuff. You know, there's political aspects to this, y'all. Tap in. Hollywood 20 years ago. Look, everybody, I have a black baby. Hollywood now. Look, everybody, I have a TRANS kid. LOL. Then there's the whole GENDER stuff. And again, man, I ain't hating on no one. I don't want to see anything bad to happen to anyone. I want to see people just get along, but there's just things going on. You know what I mean? Anyone out there, my supporters that rock with me, please don't feel like if you are in some kind of you are something like this, I ain't mad at you. You know what I mean? We're just talking about it. Celebs were the open shot to convince regular people that being TRANS was normal. They sacrificed their own kids for the agenda. All right, we got to be careful here. I'm going to end this now. Man, that's scary shit right there, man. That really fucked me up when I seen they had that in that one city. Do y'all remember that? It was crazy. Crazy, I tell you. But that's going to do it for this one. Comment section's open. Join the debate, the discussion. Make sure to subscribe, guys. Like the video. Help me out, man. They got me all the way fucked up algorithmically. I'm not even cracking 100 views on a lot of videos, man. And believe me, I never think I was some big content creator or whatever, but I busted my ass on this channel and have had success at times, at sometimes not so much. But we talk about everything in the sun, under the sun over here, from new movies, TV shows to music to whatever. And again, it's all just about having that debate discussion with y'all. So look forward to hearing from everyone in them comments. Thank you for tuning in. It's Coffee. I'm up out of here, y'all. Peace.